we're going to talk about a trailer now that came out recently. This is a PlayStation Studios movie that is based on their game Until Dawn. That game is more of, I haven't played it a ton. I played the beginning, I think, of it, but it's like a, make your own decisions horror story game.
Right.
Kind of set in the woods and
it's like the mountains.
At a lodge kind of is where it's kind of set, right?
Yeah.
And this trailer I think surprised both of us quite a bit because it definitely it does a play on the like make your own decisions that isn't in the game at all.
No.
And so I guess what I'll say is that the trailer shows that basically every time they die, in a night, they basically wake back up at the same area and sign back into the same lodge, and they go through something else like the next night and something else the next night. And so you're basically seeing how nights would play out by them making different choices.
Right.
But that's not how it is at all in the game. I mean, like if you die, if your character dies in the game, they're just dead.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting play. I don't say I dislike it at all.
Yeah. It's the way that I thought about it was like, I was like, oh, we're going to get a recreation of the game, which I really enjoyed.
Right.
And like, there's some things that are recurring, like the summer before my sister went missing. What happened to her? So like all of her friends or, come out
like the theme
to the
is
lodge.
the same. Right.
And so there's some similarities there. There's, some dudes, some crazy dudes killing people in a mask. Like that's still the same,
Right.
So there's elements that are there. I'm sure we're going to see the monsters from the original
multiple
game. Well, I'm saying the ones from the original game, but then we're getting all these new ones, which
were they new? Okay. I didn't get that far into the game. So
we're getting completely different stuff going on. Which is pretty cool. And I agree. One of the things that's appealing about that game is the choose your own decision and to know what the outcome would be if you were to take this path versus this path. And I think it's pretty cool how they're choosing to have it like nobody's survived until dawn, like the title. And made it like it doesn't seem like anybody's lasted more than 13 tries at this, right?
Yeah, so like what happens if they just give how are people just giving up? I'm a little confused on that.
I feel like maybe it's just like, you got 13 and now you're dead for real.
Okay.
Or you turn into a monster.
So you have like 13 tries is basically I think what they're saying.
I guess that's what they're like right. one of because then it would just go on forever potentially.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
But I think like if this is successful as a movie, it presents a kind of a franchisability, if you'll say, about like it's not just the one story. It's you go to this cabin or this lodge or whatever, and you're stuck in this loop, and then you have all these, horrible things happen that you have to survive, and then if you die, you get to reset. And maybe and there's different stories, and I think they're still gonna follow like major plot lines from the game.
Sure,
but it does seem like they're trying to make
like presented in a whole new light and like scenario.
Right. Yeah. Like the hook of this, like the hook of the game was the choose your own, but like the hook of this is like you get a reset and it's still like the outcome. Choose your own. Right. Yeah. So like it's not so much the story. It's like, it's the outcomes and that's kind of like what makes it different as opposed to some other horror movies, which is
I think that's a good way to visualize that, honestly. Like there's no other way, in my opinion, to be like, unless you're saying hey, like let's put up a pop-up and like the viewer picks like which route they want the characters
which
to go
would
down.
be
Like that's
insane.
right, which would be insane. I mean, I they've done that somewhat for like Netflix in the past.
Yeah, they have, like with Bandersnatch and some other like dating, like, you know.
But they've also done it for like I think a couple of horror-ish kind of things. I could be wrong, but
yeah.
But like I think that's the only way to illustrate it other than what they're doing here. And I think what they're doing here is it's very creative. It's very like, let's just put them in a Groundhog Day scenario and let them have as many chances as they want, or 13 chances, whatever you want to limit it to.
Right.
And I don't know. I think it's cool. It's a cool way to visualize it.
Yeah. And regarding the movie, it's being directed by David Sandberg, who you may not like some of the credits, but
oh boy,
his directorial debut was with Lights Out in 2016, which was I really, really liked that horror movie. That was a really, that was a great movie when it came out. I did not watch Annabelle Creation, but I know a lot of people did. And then the two most recent past that were Shazam and Shazam Fury of the Gods. Now, I really like Shazam, the first Shazam. That is a very enjoyable, fun, heartwarming movie.
Yeah, it's decent.
And then Shazam Fury of the Gods, I still enjoyed. Not as good, but I enjoyed.
Oh, you can't. I can give you a pass on the first one. I can't give you a pass on the second.
But you have to, because I enjoyed it.
Well, that's unacceptable. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well you can.
Okay, yes. Yeah, finish the sentence.
I don't want to curse. Okay. But anyways, so and then writing from the writing department, which I thought was there's Blair Butler, but she doesn't really have too many credits to her name. But there's Gary Doberman, I think that's his name. Annabelle, It, The Nun, It Chapter 2. Okay. So a lot of horror stuff.
Yeah.
But some of those, like It, I really enjoy.
No, I think this team makes sense. Yeah.
I think like I like all the actors. Peter Stormare is in it again. He was in the original game. It would have been cool to see like Rami Malek and like Hayden Panettiere like show up. Maybe I don't think they will, but like that would have been cool because they were in the original game. Yeah,
they just use one of the actors from the game, right?
Yeah,
like
Peter,
the main villain.
Yeah, Peter Stormare.
Yeah.
Villain, I can't remember if he is. I don't know.
Oh, was he not? Okay.
I think like you think he is.
Wasn't he the guy at the gas station?
He was.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, definitely gives you weird vibes for sure.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's creepy as hell.
He's a bearded man. I mean, what's creepier than a bearded man at a gas station?
Yeah. That's why he was creepy for sure.
Yeah. But anyways, like, yeah, I'm really excited. I think that with the inclusion of all these noticeably different creatures, as opposed to just like kind of the ones that they stuck with the original game, it's more of like I guess like there will be like some things that stick from the original that I imagine they will keep with, but like this is more of like this torturous hell house that with unspeakable monstrosities that every night, and there's new ones that you have. Like at one point, like there was like this tall like troll looking thing in the forest. So I was like, yeah, this is going way into like a different sort of reality where I'm just like, it could be cool for later movies. Yeah. and let alone this one. So yeah, no, I mean, I thought it looked good. I thought it looked pretty, right. And I don't think like, I think it's a movie that, I know you don't like horror, but I think that looking at this, like it could be something I could get into. Right. Yeah, because it's a very cool concept. I love the Groundhog Day concept. It's done well in so many movies. But yeah, and I think it's a smart decision to give like even the fans of the game something like new to see and look forward to. Right. So yeah, I'm excited for it, to be honest. And
In that game, that's not a multiplayer game, is it? Or is it? I think it is multiplayer. Yeah, like you can. I think we can all like select different people. is what I remember. Like I think so. Like I can select 3 characters. You could select 3 characters. Somebody else could select 2 characters.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Excuse me.
But I can't say for sure.
That's what I remember. But
I think it is. I think it's like the Quarry. Like I think it's one of them ones.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean that'd be fun to play. You know, just like you and me, or like you, me, and Ryan, or yeah. But yeah, a release date on that one? Do we know?
The release date is April 25th.
Nice. Well, maybe we'll review it. We'll see.
I mean, I'll watch it. I'll be watching it.
Okay. Well, then we're probably reviewing it.